are some of the things that there are things that play like robots and human, mechanical and quantum. Some things and why what some things that you can see day to day in your life. Ini waktu malam dalam kita nampak dia. Okay, so this is something to share with you. What besides all the tools that you have? Okay, let me hold on a second. Let me go back to my slides. Oops, where is it? Okay. All right, so these are things that besides why STEM is also fun. Right, so why STEM is also fun. Now, why besides all of this? Let me go next slides. Right, so of course, one of the other area that I would like, why I'm involved in STEM as well. When I was small, one of the things that my cita-cita right, that was one of my of course at the end of the day it did not happen lah, but that was one of the reason why I've actually planned to do that. So you'll be wondering why you play around with, for example, the solar board, right? Why you do that? And one of the things that you can use atau boleh guna dalam knowledge atau skill yang boleh dapat besides solar board is also Toby. There's another one that you use. And satu aplikasi I would like to share with you is something that has been recently announced as from what helicopter, right, to powered flight on Mars. And this was one of the things that has built, and in this object itself, adik-adik boleh tengok dia ada solar panel for collecting energy, so that there's nobody in the flight itself, tak ada orang. Lepas tu kebanyakan pergerakan adalah melalui robot saja, right? Dua perkara yang adik-adik dah buat dapat boleh menolong, right, or Mars. So these are something that has been, what you all have learned today would really help you all. And of course, one of the things that will be interesting to know is that, let me share you another video, right? Hold on. So stop, and let me stop share and share again. So this is one of the things that so this was recently announced as well, right?
Safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the signs of past life. At this point, the descent stage has flown away to safe distance. Perseverance is continuing to transmit
dalam projek tersebut lah, right? Banyak yang buat. So ini eksplorasi kepada Marik lah, dengan benda tadi yang saya tunjuk, right? Tapi ini lebih kompleks sikit lah, apa yang adik dah bina. Tapi dia boleh guna lebih kurang apa yang awak dah belajar, right? Robot, awak boleh guna dia ada kamera lagi, right? Dia punya processor, microprocessor mungkin lebih canggih sikit lah. Dia ada solar panel juga, right?
I could not be more accomplished under challenging circumstances. I also have to tell you that about an hour after landing, I got a phone call from the President of the United States, and his first words were,
ini baru-baru sajalah,
man.
bulan
And
awal
I knew
tahun
it was him.
ini.
I wasn't getting punked. only the President could say congratulations, man. He talked about how proud he was of what we'd accomplished. And he wanted me to send his regards to Percy, and he wanted to he does want to congratulate the team personally, and I told him we will make that happen. And so looking forward to having the President of the United States congratulate the team this week. 9 successful landings on Mars. The only nation that's been able to do that. Just incredible.
So ini lebih canggih lah daripada Toby 2 yang awak bina. Tapi itulah yang anda boleh buat. Gunakan.
Untuk klip-klip berita yang menarik, jangan lupa
back. So saya haraplah bahawa saya harap when the slide comes out, Judy can see.
Yes.
Okay, Ken. Saya haraplah daripada projek-projek yang adik buat dalam 3 minggu atau beberapa sesi tersebut, awak bolehlah bercita-cita, mungkin bagi awak untuk menghantarkan robot pada Marik ya. So itulah satu yang saya harap semua, seorang daripada awak bercita-cita membuat begitulah, right? Kemungkinan apa yang buat walaupun kecil masa sekarang, tapi banyak yang boleh dibuat, right? Jikalau anda bersungguh-sungguh, belajar dan juga menikmati sains yang awak buat, right? So itulah penting dia. Saya mau tunjuk kepada adik semua. Selain dari itu, so saya satu juga semua adik-adik tersebut sebagai jurutera, right? Engineers. So apa yang penting dia tadi adik tersebut juga ada mengatakan bahawa mengapa penting dia lah sebagai jurutera dan mungkin cita-cita. So saya ada satu lagi video yang ingin tunjuk kepada tentang jurutera. Tunggu Okay. All right. Can see, right, Eugene? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll play. Okay.
I'm gonna guess that you're probably watching me on a computer, or maybe a phone, a tablet, or a TV. Well, engineer. We've talked about a lot of different jobs that scientists can do, but engineers are the ones who dream up a lot of the things that you use every day. from toys to tools. An engineer is someone who studies how and why things work. You could say they're really curious people. And they're always learning about how things work because they design and build things themselves. Things that help solve problems. There are lots of different kinds of engineers that you can be, but they all have the same basic job for people. And all engineers ask themselves 3 very important questions when they're working.
Tiga
Number
soalan,
1, what is the problem that
Apa
needs to be
masalah dia?
solved? Number 2, who has the problem that
Siapa
needs
yang
to
ada
be solved?
masalah itu?
And number 3, why is this problem important to
Kenapa
solve? Want to see how
masalah ini
engineers make life
penting?
easier for all of us? Let's take a look at an example of something that was engineered to solve a big problem. Almost 100 years ago, the city, the people who lived there and others who lived nearby couldn't travel in or out of the city without a boat. The city was getting bigger and bigger, so more and more people needed to be able to get to and from San Francisco in a way that was quick, easy, and safe. So engineers came up with a big, bold solution, and it's one you might have heard of before, the Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge solved that problem by connecting the city of San Francisco with other towns on the mainland. And we've a great example of how bridges can be so big and still be strong enough to carry thousands of cars, trucks, and people. Now, the Golden Gate Bridge was the work of a special kind of engineers called civil engineers. They design big things that are used by lots of people, like buildings, roads, and bridges. But there are lots of other kinds of engineers too. Mechanical engineers make things like tools, engines, and machines. Machines like bikes and cars. If your problem is not being able to get solutions to that problem, then there are electrical engineers. They study electricity and design things that use it, like, say, the microwave in your kitchen. If your problem is cold food, then microwaves can solve that problem too. But don't forget about computers. Software engineers are people who work on computers to make them faster and able to do more things. And computers solve all kinds of problems, like connecting people in faraway places by email and video, and providing information on certain topics to learn more about them. And if you're interested in exploring space, then you're definitely going to want to know all about aerospace engineers. They're the people who design and build airplanes and spaceships. If your problem is that you're stuck on Earth, well, they can help you with that. Over 100 years ago, we didn't have aerospace engineers because we didn't have any airplanes or spaceships. But today we do, thanks to the people who engineered them. Who knows what things will need engineered in another 100 years? What kind of engineers do you leave a comment or email us at kids@thescishow.com. Thanks for learning about engineers with us, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. Right? Jurutera. Apa itu jurutera? Right? Dalam video tersebut, adik-adik boleh dengar beberapa jenis jenis video tentang engineer, jurutera, beberapa jenis, right? Mechanical, electrical, right? Even dan paling baru-baru ini ialah aerospace engineer. So itulah beberapa jenis engineer yang kita ada. Right? So inilah saya harap adik-adik tersebut adalah bercita-cita apa yang awak mau jadi bila dah besar, right? So itulah satu contoh dia yang saya mau kongsi kepada semua. Right? Okay, next what we will do is that, so these are some of the videos that I have. And what I'll do now is probably I would go to the soalan yang ada beberapa adik yang ada mau tanya.
So adik-adik semua, jika ada seberang pertanyaan, sekarang boleh tanya Mr. Bernard. Macam
Boleh buka
boleh buka
mikrofon
mic
atau
chat bawah. mau jadi engineer ke atau apa ke method untuk jadi engineer? Tak payah malu-malu.
Ya, jangan takut, boleh tanya. Right? Itulah beberapa contoh dia yang saya tunjuk tadi lah. So, jikalau sesiapa yang minat dari tingkat bawah juga, saya pun begitu, ada bercita-cita, saya pun mau bina macam roket juga. Itu yang cita-cita saya dulu, right? So mungkin adik-adik semua ada cita-cita tersebut dan mungkin mau tanya bagaimana mau apa cara bagaimana mau buat untuk menjadi untuk mencapai cita-cita anda. Okay, go on. One question. Your decision to be an engineer. Okay, good. So apa qualification dia atau kualifikasi dia tersebut? So satu, of course, adik-adik mesti habiskan, belajar ada awak dalam tingkatan, jikalau awak dalam primary school atau tingkatan bawah atau sekolah rendah, lepas tu mesti habislah, mesti belajar dulu. Selepas dah belajar, habiskan tingkatan tinggi, selepas tu mestilah belajar dan untuk supaya dapat kualifikasi yang tertentu. Jikalau anda mau menjadi seorang electrical atau elektronik, macam dalam buat roket tersebut, mungkin awak perlu ambil sejarah subjek tersebut dalam bidang elektronik lah. Right? So itu paling penting lah. So mesti belajar dan dapat ijazah anda. Right? Dan jikalau sesiapa yang ingin melanjutkan, ada beberapa cara. Satu cara ialah untuk belajar, untuk buat mungkin kajian research, right? So boleh kajian kat universiti atau boleh buat kajian kat syarikat-syarikat besar juga, ya, macam yang membuat kereta, yang membuat elektronik. Right, kadang Malaysia ada banyak kilang yang buat semiconductor juga atau benda yang chip-chip tersebut yang anda adik-adik semua buat, bekerja dalam kilang-kilang tersebut untuk membuat atau mengkajikan benda yang baru. So itu beberapa benda yang boleh buat. Right? So paling penting yang sini ialah finish up your education, work hard and finish up your education. Belajar dengan kuat untuk habiskan tingkatan tinggi atau your secondary school and eventually go your university, right? Well, you don't necessarily university, you can go to college as well, right? At the end of the day, right? So hope that all of you you've got the answer, and the qualifications are mainly about, and the most important thing beside qualification is basically your passion, right? If you don't have, if you have passion, or you have passion about doing something, you like doing it, that's the best thing. My personal opinion to all of you is that it has to be what you like to do. And you like to do. Once you like to do, whether you have a qualification or not, at the end of the day, you will achieve it, what you want to do, right? So Yashini, I hope I managed to answer your question. Okay, I have another question. We have Shavindra, right? So what are the subjects I need to be good in primary and secondary school to become an electrical engineer? Right? So one of the basic fundamental subject is maths. Second important subject, if you go to secondary school, it will be physics. Right? These are a few subjects that is very important, your maths and your physics. All right, so and with this itself, it is very important. And if you, you know, at the end of the day, maths and physics are all interrelated together. Now, just advice is that maths to me in the beginning was very subjective, you know. To learn, you will enjoy it, and you will basically learn how to, you know, interrelate, or how to why you actually study maths when you put physics together, right? Maths is basically one of the fundamental thing that interlink all these different field of work together. Even in chemistry, there's also involved maths as well, right? So this is very important. So these are the two subjects. If you would like, you know, if you want to go electrical engineer, and then let me see.
Question from Fatih.
Fatih, let me see.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Susah tak jadi engineer?
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, Ken. Sebenarnya, Fatih, it is, you know, everything is not easy. But then if you have passion, right? Then basically it becomes easy. Bila ada minat dia untuk, you know, belajar. So itu paling penting sekali, right? So bukan dia memang susah, you know, tapi bila dah mengatasi dia, nanti awak akan fikir bahawa sebenarnya dia senang saja. Right? So itulah yang saya ada nasihat lah, bukan, right? Paling penting ialah minat. Itu paling penting sekali lah. Right? Okay. Okay, there's one. Harish says, which website we can use to search all? I think there are a few websites that you can use. I think over the past few days, if you were to use like for example, there's many websites. I think Tinkercad do provide some of the help, but they are more for you can actually use Tinkercad. One of the I went through it. Looks quite interesting. That if depends on what coding you want to do. There's actually many websites lah. You can even use if you want to go and learn there's also Python links that you can go. There's no fixed website, but if you can Google search it, you definitely find a lot lah. Right, Harish? If we will definitely, if you have any further questions, you know, if you have any particular topics that you would like to ask, or let's say one particular coding, maybe you can chat it, then we will try to find it for you very easily. Right, so there's actually a lot of website nowadays. Lebih senang sikit dari dulu lah. Senang, boleh Google search dan banyak. Ada yang senang dan ada yang susah lah. So tapi awak boleh cari. Jikalau ada masalah lagi, so awak memang boleh contact saya lah. You can contact me as well. We definitely can help you out. No problem. We have people, and of course, if you want to have more complex languages are divided into, you know, just like bahasa Malaysia, bahasa English, you know, bahasa Perancis. Komputer juga ada banyak jenis lah. Saya dia ada 4 generasi sudah, alright. Dan mungkin ada 5 generasi language. There are 5 generations of language. The first fundamental language in our world is actually what they call machine language, where most of the codings are only 1 and 0 coding only. The second generation language are mainly what we call assembly language, where a lot of, most of the embedded systems are like C, C++ language. And there's also a 4th generation language, which is basically what we call graphical user interface. And my vision anticipated the 5th probably will be artificial intelligence, and it goes one step further lah. Right, so I hope that basically languages that you can do, and of course nowadays with Python is much easier than what we do coding in machine language 1 and 0. When I start programming, line code will be probably banyak line yang panjang lah, beberapa muka surat atau macam buku sudah. Right, so Harish, I hope that will help you out. And I mean, there's a lot of them. You just Google search it and specifically, right?
I would like to add on something to Harish as well about his question.
Sure, can no problem. Go ahead, Eugene, go ahead.
Actually, if you want to learn the coding, right? Actually, currently we usually learn coding through YouTube. Actually, they provide quite a lot of to even the C++ or JavaScript. That one is more advanced, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so
that's right.
as you guys have used the microprocessor just like the microbit, right? Actually, there is still many others microprocessor that requires other kind of language or even their own assembly language. So actually, you just have to search based on the microprocessor. Currently, we usually use Arduino or even Raspberry Pi. Like those two, they have their own. Like for Raspberry Pi case, they use Python, and then for Arduino, they use C++. And they have their own website and to show us everyone share their project and their coding as well. So if you have all those kits, then you can try to search around or surf around. And cause since you guys only have the microbit, right? So you can try to play around by using Tinkercad.
Yeah, that's right. Good. Thanks. Yeah, YouTube is now very common. You learn everything on YouTube, right? I was doing a video the other day, and I was trying to make a video, so I wasn't sure how to do it. So I actually went into YouTube and learned how to do that. Right. So yeah, yeah, YouTube is there's a lot, and if you want to, I think, and also a lot of that system, a lot of developer likes to use Linux rather than Microsoft if you are because overall cost is you don't want to buy license. So some of you are interested to start to do coding and you want to use a cheap platform, you can use Linux. Linux is a cheap way, and you can actually use. I had Raspberry Pi, for example, very cheap as well, and you can install with Linux OS already, right? So these are some suggestions that you can do. I have a Raspberry Pi 4 and I actually installed a Linux as well. But I not for work, but for my own, knowledge wise lah. All right. All right. Okay, good. Let me see whether any questions that we have anymore. Ada lagi soalan yang adik-adik mau tahu?
Can I ask Eugene to share also his experience macam mana boleh jadi engineer di
Yes, Eugene, that's a good idea, Prof. Susi.
Okay, first of all, I'm the student that take STP, also known as Form 6. I didn't go to college, I just straight take my Form 6 and I take the major in physics. Yeah, so not in biology. So that time, if you guys you want to be a doctor or even a biochemistry or also of that, then you guys can maybe pick this course. I want to be an engineer, so I have to pick a physics. And that time, I think you guys will approach to additional mathematics, which another advanced mathematics. That one is very important in your engineering life. Yeah. So currently, I'm also an electrical and electronic student in UCAM, and I'm going to continue my 4th year as well. And to be an electrical and electronic engineer, a lot of advantages in this, as you can cause you're involved in many kind of path like software or even hardware or even firmware. To explain you in firmware is you program the microprocessor to conduct the model to do what have you just programmed. Yeah, that is the kind of firmware. So you need the knowledge of hardware and also the software. Yeah, that is quite interesting. As just now, all you all have shown the snap circuit, right? Those are the circuits. And to be a good hardware engineer, we have to know the circuit schematic and how you want to design a circuit to do the things that you want it to be. Yeah, like just now as you see for those like the lamp, right? How the lamp at night will light it, and others the STEM project that Mr. Bernard had required the schematic diagram. And not just that, we also requires the knowledge of firmware to program the microprocessor as well to conduct the circuit, how it runs, like just how you guys run your microbit in 2v2 as well. And like just now, Mr. Bernard also mentioned about the GUI, right? SJ, that's one is maybe you can see in the apps that you using phone or any other website when you open the login iSurface lah. Then yeah, actually quite tough lah. But actually fun lah if you go have the passion to be an engineer. Cause like just actually not just an electrical electronic, you can be also the civil like just now for the road structure or even the building structure, all those. And we also have the mechanical engineer. And also design the machine as well. The design layout and also the internal is quite important for a mechanical engineer. Yeah, this is basically what I've seen and what I've learned in my intern and my uni as well.
Good.
Yeah,
thanks. Thanks, Eugene. Good. So Ade, ada apa persoalan? Anybody have any questions? Or maybe for Eugene as well? So this in life itself is important, and as you can see how science have impacting our world today. So and as you can see that we can actually do more what we did in the past. And right now, like the video have shown earlier, that we are able to go to space right now, exploring other places, right? So of course there are other things that you can also do, exploration, you know. So that's part of for me personally, as part of engineering, it's like most about. Of course, there's a day-to-day activity that you need to do to overcome a problem. So three things that is always important as as engineer would always need to think, just like the video saying. One, apakah masalah? What is the problem? Right? So that's one question that the earlier they mentioned. Now, then the second thing is that what is the impact to the problem? And then eventually how important is the problem itself. Of course, how important is the problem? Now, of course, once you have done that, you will be able to basically, look into how to resolve the issue itself. And that's the secondary part of it. Right, so itu penting, right? So in everyday life, we always have let's say challenges. If we see encountered issues, and the next step is how to find solutions. So in engineering, I always believe that we always try to find out and try to solve problem. And now recently we have things like, for example, lately it will be like electric cars, you know. We have electric vehicles already, right? Greater electric, right? Later on, what we have is basically we will have maybe eventually which we already have cars that is will have dual function. You can on the road and also in the sky, right? So these are things that there are a lot of things that we can explore moving forward. So I hope that all of these would be interest, you know, and you can basically play around. I always call all this as toys lah. I don't call it as work, I call it as toys. Okay, we play and have fun with it. All right, so any questions? Ada apa-apa soalan lagi? Right, I think, let me see, there's no questions on chat. Right, so I think, okay, good. Let me see. But anyway, anybody has any questions, we can always, can always talk to us, or, adik boleh bincang dengan, your parents, your, emak dan bapa, right? You all can always tanya, like, lepas tu jika apa soalan untuk saya, mereka boleh tanya saya lah, or they can direct it to, an email that we can respond back. Jika ada apa soalan, right? So I think Eugene, I think if there's no questions, yep.
Okay, we will proceed to our group photo session. So everyone, please open your video cam.
Okay, let me stop share.
So, Mr. Bird, would you like to be our honor to count down the photos taking?
Sure, can. We wait for everyone to turn on their video first, lah. All right?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, we wait for a few minutes. Okay, sesiapa lagi? Kita tunggu sebentar. Right, untuk adik-adik semua untuk buka video tersebut lah. Alright. We tunggu orang jikalau okay, there are a few more, any more that is gonna turn in. Okay. Let's see, they have got a few more cameras. Mungkin dia, I think maybe some of them are with the sharing, is it? Let me see. Okay, we have 2 there. See, got the rest all. Maybe they're sharing, is it? They're sharing.
I think they're
okay.
shy.
No.
No,
I mean, maybe they're
shy.
sharing. Some of them sharing, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
They are sharing because some of them they took together.
Hmm.
All right. So okay. We will start. Okay. So ready? All right. You'll be taking, right, Eugene?
Yeah.
Okay, Ken. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, we'll do one more, Eugene.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so ready? We will say 3, 2, 1. Then we say snap circuit, right? Or Toby 2. So all of you can say either snap circuit, Toby 2, or solar board, right? Ready?
Everyone, please open your mic so we can shout it out.
Yeah, we can shout it out. Anyone, you can either say snap circuit, Toby 2, or solar board, right? Ready? Toby 2.
Yes.
Toby 2, everyone likes Toby 2.
All like Toby 2, right?
Yeah, even the video submission of Toby 2.
Oh, Toby 2, right? All right.
Yeah.
Did we manage to get everybody, Eugene? I think some of them, their camera on and off. Did we get everybody?
Yeah, we did get everybody.
Okay, good. Right. So, terima kasih semua, adik-adik semua. Saya harap all of you would, love the video, because overall, I'm trying to find something that is enjoyable. Science is actually fun. All right. So I hope all of you enjoy it. Okay.